So we're picking up here with the Shadowhawk, and if you're coming to this video series from YouTube or possibly from my blog, I'm working my way through the game of Armored Combat mechs. I've also taken the head-to-head player set and put those mechs in there. We're going to look at those machines, and the idea is just based on what's included. Starting tactics, starting considerations, a jump-off point, basic ways. This is like Mech Warrior 101, Mech School 101. You just got your neuro helmet because we took it off the last pilot. We're still cleaning out the pilot's chair on there. We're getting you ready to get into a mech. You got to be aware. So think of it as a jumping off point, and there's a couple of assumptions that I am operating under tactically, meaning hex maps, non-combined arms, the variants limited to what's in the data sheets here. That's in part 0, which I pushed up to my channel under the playlist Battletech Game of Armored Combat Starting Set. So we're moving in. So we've moved into the medium mechs on here. We've looked at the Griffin, which I think is a fantastic machine. All of these are my favorite mechs, but in terms of diversifying out and playing other mechs, the Griffin, I really, really like it. The Shadowhawk gives some interesting contrast to it. And what I mean by that is, so here we are with the medium mechs. You've got speed. You're still pretty fast. You're not as fast as light mechs, but you're fast enough. You've got enough armor where, not that I ever want to take hits, but you can afford to be a little more aggressive. You can afford to engage other medium mechs, and you can afford to engage light mechs and take some damage and dish out some damage. We're going to do our best not to go toe-to-toe with an assault mech or a heavy mech. If you're doing that, if you're a medium mech and you go head-to-head, even the Wolverine's deadly in this set, going head-to-head against some of the heavier machines, you're not going to last. But tactically, sometimes it happens, and you do the best that you can on here. But you've got some decent armor, especially in the center torso. This mech, the Shadowhawk, it can absorb some decent punishment on there. So weapon-wise, we have a lot of really interesting weapon brackets. Let's kind of look out here. So we've got the long-range missile 5-pack pushing out to 21 inches. Then we've got the autocannon 5 pushing out to 8. Then we've got the medium laser 9 and the short-range missile 2-pack pushing out to 9 on there. Whatever range you are at, you have the ability to shoot something. Not a lot. Again, this is a medium mech. It's not like it's the Awesome on here and I've got redundancy. I've got multiple PPCs that are shooting out. Or it's not like the Battlemaster or even the Catapult where I've got multiples of the same type of weapon, medium laser, that if I can get up to short range and I can get up there, I'm just going to soak you with medium lasers. This only has the 4 weapons and they're suited at long to short range. So that means when you're at long range, you're only going to be able to engage with the long-range missiles and the autocannon. Then when you switch to closer ranges, depending on the range, since there is a minimum with the LRM-5, minimum with the AC-5 too, but not as much, you're going to switch down to those smaller weapons on there. This is, combined with the speed in this set, in the starter set, this is that, I have to choose my words carefully for YouTube filters. This is the harasser mech. This is the lone wolf. This is the type of mech that runs around and can put some hurt on it if you're a light mech, and it has the range and speed to reach out. So that Locust running around like crazy, like we looked at in the first video, this can threaten it on there. You're going to be plinking away at the medium mechs, and you're going to be laying down some cover fire on the heavies and the assaults. You're not a threat to them, but you don't want to get hit in Battletech. So it's going to be some free damage that you're going to push out. You have the ranges to engage anywhere and everywhere. You have also limited jump ability. So you're not going to be jumping to kind of escape. You're going to be jumping to get elevation, to kind of jump up on that elevation, shoot, maybe jump down on there. Based on the tonnage, 55, you could utilize physical attacks, punching. That will only remove the medium laser on there. That's going to leave you in the right torso and the left torso and the head with your weapons to shoot, so something to consider. This is the type of mech that lays down harassing fire. Compare that to the Griffin. Now, we talked about the Griffin being a sniper mech. This has the missiles and the PPC to deal significant damage at long range. You get into position, you snipe, you run. This mech is you're constantly moving, you're constantly running, and you're constantly firing on there. It's not focused on any one particular role, but one of the great things about Battletech, as soon as you start getting shot at, you notice that mech. So if you can focus your opponent on this mech, especially if they shoot back and you're moving, you could take a hit or two. That's going to free up other elements in your lance. So very, very much a lone wolf with how it's going to operate and how it's going to move on there. So moving next, the Wolverine. Perhaps battle value for battle value, weapon for weapon, armor for armor, the deadliest mech in this set. Now, well, Fritz, I mean, we got the awesome, we got the Battle Master, we got the Thunderbolt, which is beast, and we're going to get to that, right? But the battle value and the tonnage and trying to even things out more than make it effective on there. The Wolverine, it's a medium mech, but it's everything its namesake lives up to, and that's before we pull out the claws on it. So we're going to take a pause here. We're going to reset, and then we're going to look at the Wolverine.